Come on, boys. Come on. Come on, man. We did it, boys. We did it tonight. We packed Barcelona. We packed Barcelona tonight, man. One of the most complete performances we have seen under Enzo Maresca. The football I saw today, the desire. We bullied these boys, man. We bullied Barcelona into getting their man sent off to give the game to us even more. I am so proud of the performance I saw tonight from this team. And right now, we're seeing that we're becoming mentality monsters now under Enzo Maresca. When the occasion and the stakes get high, this team rises to them. And tonight, they all played with that belief that Barcelona are not better than us, and these guys are ready to take on anyone. Honestly, it's incredibly exciting to see what's cooking at this football club right now. A lot of us Chelsea fans here, rightfully at times, we have been a bit insecure. A lot of changes have happened at this club overnight. Some of them have been a bit too soon, a bit too quick at times, but we're starting to see the methods to all of this madness. And it all began all those years back when we surprisingly hired Enzo Maresca ahead of all these big name figures in the game. And that right there was the key decision, because I think it's so safe to say, boys, it's so safe to say that we hired the right manager for this project. Only Enzo Maresca could harness and take advantage of this level of potential and talent that is budding throughout this team right now. We're younger than what we was last season in terms of average squad age, but it looks like we're a better team. And that tells you everything you need to know about the strategy to hire the next best wonder kids in the game. And right now, we're seeing that these lot are really living up to the billing right now. And I think, bro, this ain't typified any better than the new Galactico in the making. The new star boy. The guy that could one day become one of the first Chelsea players to lift a Ballon d'Or for us in the future. And that's Estevão, willian. Because, wow, this kid's, the purity that this kid plays with, there's no fear. When other players here get nervous for occasions and for moments, Estevão lives in them. He waits for them, yeah? He plays like he's the chosen one, and there's no arrogance behind what he does, yeah? There's no pretentiousness. It's just a pure desire to know that he understands the gift he has. He has the family, he has the network, he has the mentality to be able to get to grips with the magnitude of potential and talent he has. And he simply says, put me out on that field and let my football do the talking. Because that goal he scored today, boys, girls, everyone, Chelsea fans, this was the best goal of the Champions League so far. And the thing is that this kid's kind of, he gave us a sneak preview about what he's got in store, yeah? In the Club World Cup when he scored nearly an identical goal from an acute angle. That's his trademark, yeah? That weak foot power finish at the near post that no one expects, no one sees coming. It was an absolute thing of beauty, how he just jinks in, darts inside and out, dribbles with 2 feet. Now, he's riding challenges in contact whilst keeping his balance under pressure. And the moment he just deftly stopped the ball to create a better angle for himself to kind of push onto his right foot, I was thinking to myself, is he going to do it? And then I thought afterwards, why am I even doubting it, yeah? Why am I even doubting nothing with this kid? Because this kid is the truth, yeah? As I've been saying, alluding to, a lot of you guys sometimes, it's understandable. We've been quite insecure, seeing how the club's been trying to get back to the high levels again. But at times we can be a bit too cynical and let the fear override where we're trying to go. And I was saying for time, Estevão, willian, yeah, this is the future of the football club. I'm going to sound a bit mad. I say he's the future over even Cole Palmer, because I think that Estevão can be the best player on this planet we're living on right now. And to think that he has that potential and he's doing it playing for us, this can only go down as a clear lake. Barley, Winston Lee, Stewart, Bowley, masterstroke, master plan, because this is how you get back to the top when you have players like this at your club. I had to start things right by discussing Estevão because as fans, yeah, we're going to get older one day and we're going to look back at these times, these fun times we're going to have. And we're going to be fortunate enough to see Estevão, the rise of Estevão at our football club, yeah? At our football club. And these are going to be memories for us that we'll be cherishing for our whole lives as Chelsea fans. So yeah, I've got a bit sentimental, you guys. You know me. When I see greatness, I got to talk about it. But the amount of greatness there is to discuss in this game today, bro. 1 red card, 3 disallowed goals, 3 goals scored. It was just a perfect game for Maresca and the team. And Barcelona, as I was predicting, as I was saying in my 5 reasons why we can beat Barcelona video. I know a lot of times some of you guys, I see the comments, you lack a bit of faith, you're feeling he's capping, he's talking this, he's talking that. But you guys, when I release certain vids like this, yeah, I'm not doing it all the time. I did it for the PSG game. I do it every now and then. And most times we get the result. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say because I just knew that we had all the stars aligning in our favor when it comes to being able to execute the perfect game plan to hurt Barcelona. Yes, we all know about the high line. That's not nothing new. But I just felt the details in the game. The intensity, putting them under pressure. That was going to be key for us. Releasing our wingers fast. Finding them 1v1. That was going to be something that takes us to that next level as well too. The details, like even in the lineup, the defense we use. Gusto and Reece James, which I said they were going to be playing in this game today. The only thing that I didn't predict, which makes the most sense, was Pedro Neto playing up front instead of Delap or Joao Pedro. I think that's an absolute masterstroke, and it's just typical Enzo Maresca. I feel like after this game, I can kind of like understand his mindset and decision-making a little bit more now. Because if you want to really hurt that high line ridiculously, you're going to use the fastest player in your squad, and that's going to be Neto up front. And wow, the way he was just perfectly executing his timing of his runs in behind that Barcelona defensive line, bro. We made Barca look like kids today. They look hopeless. They look weak. You could see the mentality was too much for them. It's typified by guys like Caicedo, absolute general, proving that this guy's one of the best premium midfield players in the game right now. Kounde. I feel like we all gas it all the time with him, but his big game records, his ability to just rise to the occasion and announce himself. He's not scared of no one in this game that's playing down his flank yet. The transformation we saw from a guy who was once unsure about himself and has run out the club to someone now who's one of our best players and most important big game players. He made Yamal look like nothing tonight. Kounde, he made Yamal look like nothing, like any kid from La Masia today. And he just was absolutely unrelenting and on top of him. And when you just have components like this in your squad, yeah, you're matching the Palmers and the Estevaos, the Caicedos, the Enzos, the Koundes, bro. And you're seeing the improvements from the defenders, from Robert Sanchez and everyone else. This is one of those games that probably makes you just kind of feel raw. Like, we are actually cooking. There is actually something exciting that is happening at this football club right now. And it feels like we can see the future a bit more clearly now, especially with all the ingredients we got with this squad right now. It's absolutely mad. And we're going to add Kenda and a few other guys next season too. Wow, it's exciting times. I can't help but saying it, man. But obviously, I can't end this review without discussing some of the big match points as well. And, you know, I was talking about how we was exploiting the high line. I feel like we have to discuss that a little bit more. Now, I've watched a lot of Barcelona, and I've seen many a game where teams are able to score against them, but they're constantly ruled out and disallowed. And that happened to us around 3 times. You know, you're seeing the moments come from Enzo Fernandez right near the start. Other moments coming from other players as well too. And I just felt like Maresca had the perfect antidote to kind of cause as much mayhem against that high line. Barca's weaknesses, they don't press properly from the front. And outside of that opening chance from Ferran Torres, where I don't know how the hell you miss it, but actually it's no surprise because that is Ferran Torres at Barcelona. You know, he needs 5-6 chances before he scores a goal. That was the only moment we gifted Barcelona, and they didn't take it. And they can hold the L for that, yeah? Because against teams like us, if you're not scoring those freebies, you got no chance. And I love that I can actually even say that with confidence, with vim to you guys, because that is the team that it looks like we're starting to become right now. It's not just talk, it's not just cap, but this is actually real life that's happening with the team right now. It's exciting. But that moment just seemed to just wake us up, to kind of focus up with even more clarity, even more. And, you know, Malo Gusto, I hope he's back for Arsenal. I thought he had a stunning game against Barcelona today. The recovery challenges, the last-ditch tackles. It's a shame that he got that slight little knock from Lewandowski, but it seems like he was taking off for precautionary measures, which makes the most sense. But you can see what this guy adds when he's, as I keep stressing, just helping create those triangles in the final third, being that option for guys all across the field. Barca playing with that four-man defense against a team that inverts. We just always had that extra guy everywhere in the middle of the field and out wide to deal with all their threats. Like, bro, I was gassing up Cucurella. What did Yamal do in this game, realistically? Outside of like one shot, which Sanchez easily dealt with, what did he really do? At all. This was surprising to me because this guy absolutely cooked Athletic Bilbao over the weekend with some ridiculous play, I have to say. And this guy couldn't rise to the occasion today. Not at all. I'm seeing like the positives in terms of just the pressure and the mentality too, to force mistakes, to force those turnovers. We didn't allow the Barca boys, and most importantly, Frankie de Jong, to knit nothing together. De Jong was getting brushed off the ball time and time again. Yeah, he had no one to pass to because those angles were getting closed off. He was under pressure from Reece James and then Andre Santos afterwards. That was Barcelona's only real threat to allow them to kind of play out against us and try and stop some moves in behind. And we completely nullified that. It was an incredible, proactive performance where it was attack versus attack. We didn't come in to defend. We didn't come in to pay respects to Barcelona. We were playing a type of football that made Barcelona have to question what they were doing. And they didn't have any answers to nothing that we brought to them. That's what I'm loving under Enzo Maresca. Playing this type of way, not playing reactively all the time. We've done that a lot. We've won a lot from that. But a lot of us Chelsea fans always thought to ourselves, but we can be more than that. We can be more than just a reactive team that wins. We can be the proactive teams that force the opposition to bowing down to us, to making mistakes against us, and we're going to capitalize and dominate. I feel like this is what we can start to think about under life of the squad that's still growing and this manager that's currently at the ranks at this football club. It was beautiful stuff to see, man. It really was. And I think obviously discussing the goals, the first goal thoroughly deserved, especially after Enzo was disallowed twice. And then Pedro Neto, you know, kind of telling you what the problems that Barca was going to have by, again, going one-on-one against the keeper. We're not able to get the finish off. But another aspect in which I thought we were definitely going to get a lot of joy against them, which I said in my 5 reasons video, was set pieces. And yet again, short set piece OP came in to help us break the deadlock. Thought it was masterful. The timing as well too is fine margins and fine lines, but we was able to take advantage and exploit it. Cucurella drilling a ball across goal. And then a bit of fortune, which we created for ourselves, and Kounde scores the own goal. After that moment, Barca's heads were lost, and they made things worse for themselves when Ronald Araujo stupidly got himself sent off because the pressure we was asserting. You know, when you apply this type of pressure and play proactive, you force the opposition into making dumb mistakes. This is the beauty of this type of football, yeah. And obviously, going into the second half of 10 men, it allowed us the possibility now to think of the Arsenal game. Now, this is the big test against Arsenal. That will be a completely different game to this game that we played tonight. And this is where we can really gauge how close we are come this weekend, right? But as I already alluded to before, gassing up Estevao and Willian with that magnificent solo effort. When you're scoring goals like that, yeah, what hope does the opposition really have? Now, I know some of the commentators will be like, Barca still playing high line against, with 10 men against an inverted team that's always going to have even like an extra man in every type of position on the field. It's madness. But there was nothing else they could realistically do. And it just encouraged us, of course, to keep on attacking. But we played smart. We didn't force it. That's what I really like, because they knew the game was won, and Arsenal's now the big game this weekend. But I think one of the moments I really liked in this game was seeing how the team created the first moment for Willian to score today. Another masterful passage of play. I thought Pedro Neto, excellent. 3 great games from Pedro Neto on the bounce. That's what I want to see. Constant menace and constant thorn. Bullying Kubasi. Running centrally. He plays the right pass at the right time to release Enzo Fernandez, who just has to play the pass behind to allow Delap to score his first goal. Just the details, the effortlessness behind things. I loved it, man. I really did. And real talk, you guys, the only disappointing thing, it's mad I'm even saying this, but the only disappointing thing is that I low-key, I wish that we played Barca with, 11 versus 11 and beat them that way, because then it makes our win undeniable. We know how Paris Saint-Germain tried to kind of gas up how, we didn't have all our fitness back for that final yap. Barca will have an excuse this game, but these teams don't understand is that we forced them into making these mistakes and into being inferior. And that's the most exciting thing, man. And you're seeing it not just from the star guys like your Caicedos and co, bro, from the squad guys now, like Andre Santos, back-to-back great games. General midfield. Garnacho, terrorizing Kounde on the left side. Gittins coming on too. When everyone now is up here, bro, it feels like, is this where the season really starts to begin? Anyway, my friends, I'm absolutely proud of what I saw from the team tonight. And I just had the sneaking suspicion that maybe we might be doing some interesting things in the Champions League this season, because I kind of feel like, a lot of things aligned where I think this tournament makes even more sense for us than even the Premier League. So I'm really excited to see just how far we progress in this year's CL. So my friends, man, let me know your moments of the game, who stood out for you, and how you're feeling about Arsenal this weekend. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lines TV. Up the Chelsea, and I'll see you guys soon. Love.